Those eyebrows. Welcome back to more Let's Play Pokemon Snap. I'm your host, Dark-Minded Sith. Today we'll be going back to the River Cave and Valley. We're going to be getting some much better shots, and some unique shots along the way. So let's rush on to the river and get started. First up's Poliwag. We can throw our Pester Balls at each of the three. After doing so, the trio of Poliwag are going to get together like so. Then you can throw a Pester Ball and they will charge at the camera to get their revenge. That's going to be your best Poliwag shot. Up next is Slowpoke. I'm going to kind of cheat here, if you will, and do the camera angle trick where we slow down. This will give us time to get a much closer shot of Slowpoke. If we can get a shot of him fishing there, that'll be good for our score. And then, as well, we can also get a much closer shot of Slowbro, rather than just being way in the distance. Next is Metapod. You can knock them down with the Pester Balls. Have them all fall down, and they will block the way. Like so. And we cannot proceed any further until Metapod is moved. Then this last Metapod's going to stop our way, and we can make that Metapod fall, and we can get a close Metapod shot there with two in the background. That's going to make our best shot. And you can also knock him away. Get out of here. And then as we're leaving, get a shot like so. That's going to be our best Metapod. Here's Porygon. Can make the green one come out, make the other one come out. Put some apples together. Look at that, despite being different colors, they still get along. They say, I'd be happy to share an apple with you. Right here, if you hit Pikachu, you get this interesting shot of him running so fast. Just speeds all over the place. Right here, here's showing the details of the shots. You get bonus points there. It's gone fishing. And this one's known as Speed Pikachu. Unfortunately, it's not a very good shot, but I just wanted to at least show it off. Here we're going to get our better Bulbasaur. Can knock that one Bulbasaur off, bring them together with apples. And I'm not doing a very good job of feeding them, I'm kind of just knocking them upside the head. An apple a day brings the Bulbasaur together. Next up is Vileplume. You can actually play the different Pokeflute songs, and the second one will just make it just do infinite amounts of backflips and front flips. And, oh, it's rockin'. You get a good shot there. And right here, if you get a shot of Slowpoke launching the shoulder on its tail, it says it got a bite. And that's probably going to get your best score for Slowpoke, actually, even though he's turned around. And that was here you can kind of speed up with the shoulder coming out, get a better one. You can knock out poor Psyduck and throw Pester Balls. He'll eventually come out, like that. And then if you're quick enough, you can get a really close shot of him leaping. And there's a leaping Magikarp. Throw Pester Balls and you'll randomly get him. Cloyster, from what I've heard, is completely random. There's times where you can get like 3 Cloyster to come out. Sometimes he won't come out at all. I unfortunately was not able to get a very good Cloyster. Just from what I've heard, it's very luck-based, but... And that about does it for the river. Let's move on to the cave. Let's get some better shots here. First up is going to be an interesting shot of Zubat. What you'll want to do is take pictures of Zubat, at least 3, throughout the cave. And we've got a couple of Zubat shots coming up here. Just look out for them. Like, here's one. I've randomly heard that in order to get this particular shot coming up, you have to get the particular shot of Zubat where his text comes up, like that, where it says Zubat. But I don't know if you entirely have to do that or not. But just go ahead and try it anyway. But if you get those Zubat shots throughout the level, then when you get to the very end of the cave, these really close swarm of Zubats are going to fly up, and that's going to be your best Zubat shot. Next up is Ditto. You can get the Ditto to come together with apples and such, but I just could not ever get a very good shot of that. I eventually just got a close Ditto. And Grimer, from what I've gathered, your best shot is to turn him around and get him to evolve and then get Muck to turn into Muck, and you're going to get, it's a very happy shot. Oak seems to really like that evolution emphasis. And then you want to get a shot of Victory Bell coming out like that. If you do that, even though it doesn't look that great, he says it's about to leap out. He'll give you 1,300 points for that. And if you play the second flute song like this, Coughing just goes crazy. He does a weird dance. No other way to describe it. And now these Coughings have had their fun, but it's time for that fun to go away, because we are going to free the Jigglypuffs from their poisonous irritation. It could be kind of tough, it may take you a few tries, but there's a total of 3 Jigglypuff that you can save. I saved one, and then the other one will come out there. Spam Pester Balls like crazy. You'll finally knock the Coughing away. And then over here, where the Mewtwo constellation is your third and final irritable Coughing, just ruining Jigglypuff's fun. You can knock it away. And if you do that for all 3, then at the end here, you'll get a trio of Jigglypuff singing together. They're like a band. Insert band here that has 3 members. And you can also play your Pokefloat and just totally ruin their performance. And you get a good score for that, called Jigglypuff on Stage, singing cheerfully. It's definitely going to be your best Jigglypuff there. And there's others, and it just goes crazy. And here with Jynx, I'm going to camera trick again. That way we give Articuno time to kind of move out of the way there. That way we can get a much better shot of Jynx without Articuno being all in her poor face. And they're just dancing, having a good time. And next comes probably one of the most interesting and coolest shots in the game. We're going to free Pikachu from his Zubat clutches. We've done this before, and Pikachu's going to fall down. And then, I don't know if you really need to do it, but I went ahead and did the camera trick here just to give us a little bit more time. Pikachu's going to land. Thankfully he had balloons. I hate to think what would happen if he did not have those. It's a good thing he just conveniently can have balloons just come out of him. And then after doing so, Pikachu's going to run up to the Articuno egg. Then we get close enough, the Articuno egg can hatch. And then we can once again do our camera trick here to give us more time. And I'm kind of mix and matching it here. I'm kind of speeding up here, slowing down there, just to kind of give us... It's going to ultimately make it to where we get a particular shot by being in one particular spot. And that kind of rhymed in a weird way. Eventually, it can take a little while, but Articuno is finally going to come back here. And I'm sorry you can't see it in very much detail, but I had to move the camera to get the good shot. But Articuno will actually pick Pikachu up, and Pikachu's going to go on a little ride on Articuno's back. And eventually, he's going to fly right up to us like this. And although that kind of looked weird, that ultimately is going to give us probably the best Pikachu shot in the entire game that we can get.
Wow.
See, this is called the Flying Pikachu, and it just kind of looks like he's leaping in the air, but by being Flying Pikachu and being that close, it's probably going to give you your best Pikachu shot. And finally, we have the Valley. Let's go through and get our better shots here. Squirtle, from what I've seen, your best bet is to just kind of get 2 or 3 of them here, give them some apples, get a close shot like this, and they're happy, having a good time. Happy to be a Squirtle. Next up, Sandshrew. The best shot that I have gotten is by making these 2 Geodude fall, and then throwing an apple or 2. And you want to kind of throw them in front of you like that, because that'll make the Sandshrew come towards you. And then there they are, happy to have apples. I wonder if there's any Pokemon that just hate apples, but they all seem very happy, like they just never eat ever. And then when Geodude falls right here, you want to go crazy with your camera here, because him going back like that is probably going to be your best shot. Here's an interesting shot. If you play your Pokeflute here, Graveler, although they don't look like it, are actually very good dancers. Well, they're okay, but Graveler likes to dance, oddly enough. Yeah, you get a group dance there by playing your Pokeflute, and that's going to give you a very good score for Graveler. And Staryu, oh my old friend. Staryu's pretty tricky, Because as far as I can gather, there's not really much of a strategy for Staryu. If you get a exact picture of it where its name comes up, it's going to do all this flying around stuff. And because he's so fast, I usually just spam the camera like crazy and just kind of hope I get a good shot of him. It can be really tough, but eventually I think you're probably going to get a good one if you just work at it. And then when they go in the whirlpool, they evolve. I recommend speeding past here and then turning around like that. And that's probably going to get you your best Starmie. And then Mankey, oddly enough, if you go past him like that, or get close enough, he's going to fall down without triggering the cutscene. And Oak apparently is not a fan of Mankey because he gives you that big score because Mankey got blasted. I don't know. Mankey just must have came over to his house one day and just ruined all of his appliances and just broke everything. And if you spam Pester Balls, here and there, Dratini's going to pop out, and Goldeen as well. Unfortunately, all you can really do is just kind of hope they go out and spam your camera and hope to get a good shot. Here you want to be kind of quick, or actually really quick, because Sand Slash is going to just launch out, and you want to get a close-up shot, and a shot of it coming out, because that's going to be your best score. And then finally, of course the best for last, Dragonite. You actually want to get a shot of him doing this, yelp, hi folks, I'm Dragonite kind of thing here. And with these scores, that's to get a closer shot of my Goldeen. He gives it bonus points for splashing. Sand Slash here is close, but he also gives you points for it's about to pop up. He likes Sand Slash coming out. And this I actually thought was really funny, what he says. Oh, it's Dragonite. That's the bonus score. Oh, it's Dragonite. I don't know, that just was funny to me. It just sounds like a meme of some kind. Just, oh, it's Dragonite. Alright, so that's going to do it for here. That's going to do it for this video. So, next video should about be, I would guess, the last episode of Pokemon Snap. We're going to go back and get a couple of more new shots that we haven't gotten yet in the Volcano and Valley. And that's going to complete our Pokemon report. And then I'm going to show some extra stuff off as well. And then that's going to bring us to the end of our journey to become the greatest Pokemon photographer who ever snapped. Thank you for watching, my friends, and I'll see you next time for the finale. See you later, for alligators.